Hello there my YouTube friends. So once again we'll have another video here for you on me training. My first week back from having 7 months out through shoulder injury, and today's one happens to be my shoulders and arms workout. So let's see how and what I managed to get up to with this one. I can guarantee you though, I'm in pain. Okay, you know, there is pain every time I lift. Right now it's not so bad because you can see I've got nothing on the bar whatsoever. Now if you like this style of video with us trying to commentate for 15 to 20 minutes, then please let us know in the comments below. If not, then maybe I'll go and just put some music to it if I can find some music that's free. But please just let us know in the comments below, and I can sort that out, you know, and make the video as good as possible for people to watch. But we'll get on with the second exercise, and I hope you enjoy, guys. Here we go, guys, with attempt number 30 to do this. I have had so much hassle trying to get this recorded for you guys, you know. It's a seated shoulder press, yeah. What you can see by the position I've got my arms in, it's slightly different to what you're probably used to seeing, as most people have their palms turned out over and doing the traditional press style thing. I do it in this hammer or Viking style press position because it's a more natural position for your shoulders to be in. If you put your arms by your side naturally, you'll find that your palms will face towards your leg. So if you lift them up from there above, that's exactly the position they're going to be in. It puts a lot less stress on the actual joints and puts it more into the actual muscles. You can see that I've got about 15 kilos per side on there, you know, going up to 20 kilos per side. This is my first, what I class as a working set. Beforehand, the other two were just warm-up sets to see what the joint was going to be able to take and the muscle was going to be able to take. Now I'm doing my working sets, and as you can see, I'm coming all the way down, literally getting a good stretch on the shoulder joints and taking it to a point where my shoulder isn't raising up. You know, so you can see my arms aren't fully locked out. It's not fully raising up, but I'm getting enough of a motion to really feel the front delts getting hit hard. Yeah, that is the way I like to do it. I don't want to push my shoulders further up because that's then again is incorporating the joint rather than just actual muscles. So that's the way I do them. I've always done them that way. Now I can honestly tell you guys that you're going to see in a moment just how much pain is in me expression on my face when I do the next set, when you can see it's from the front. Each and every repetition can be quite painful for us with me left shoulder being the way it is. Yeah, so it's every exercise, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to admit every exercise at the minute, guys, that's incorporating anything to do with my shoulder, I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling it quite badly, but I'm just getting on with it. You know, it hurts more on the initial start off when I first start picking up the weight. Then usually once I've got a bit of momentum going, it isn't too bad. But you can see if you look at my face now, it's starting to really give us some chip again, it's starting to really hurt, especially from the bottom end of the motion. You know, once I get to a certain point, it goes off. Once I get near the top, I can feel it again. Yeah, and there you can see I went for the last rep and just, it was gone. It was totally gone on us. So now we're moving on to the second exercise, which is side lateral raises. Now if you notice the position of my arms once I start to lift it here, again, it's not in the traditional sort of style that you would normally do and normally see people doing with the side laterals, where they're having the pouring a pitcher of something out, you know, a pitcher of water out. You can see my hands are going in the up style again, like a hammer style. And that again is something I learned from having all the pains in my shoulder from early on, that doing it that way actually takes a lot of it out of the joint and puts it into the actual shoulder muscles itself. All you have to do with that one is, you'll see on a, when I go to a different angle, is that I lean slightly forward into it, so that it then puts it back on the side heads rather than the front heads, because doing it as a hammer style, if you stood directly upright, like I am right this present time, thing you can see there, I just leant forward slightly, and that leaning forward is enough to put it onto the side head again rather than keep it on the front head. Because if I'd been standing perfectly upright, most of the thing would have been straight onto the front head. but that lean forward puts us in a position of is taking it back slightly, which then puts it onto the side head, which is where I'm trying to hit. And it's a really, really good exercise for those that have problems doing normal style side rattle rolls, is to do it in that style, and you'll find that you can actually do it and probably get away with it a lot more better and still hit hard the side heads, and that's why I do them that way. Now I do them the traditional way as well, but obviously with us coming back from the shoulder injury, I wanted just to do it this way in order to feel it out, to see how the shoulder's going to react. I have since then went back into doing the traditional method, but I just wanted to at first do it this way to see how the shoulder was reacting, how it was feeling, how it was going to cope. So I could still feel it. It was still a little bit painful, but it at least gave us that thing to take it off the joint a little bit and put most of the emphasis on the actual side lateral, the side head of my shoulder. It was still tough to do, but everything is. And if you can hear any noises in the background, guys, it's the dog, because he's quite close to us on the couch as I'm doing this talk through with you, this commentary. You can see me face there. It's everything is painful, everything is missing, and I'm actually still working the muscles hard enough, because even though I was told go back nice, go back light, which is what I'm doing. I think they are only sort of 7 kilo weights, which for me is nothing. I can do way, way above that, but I still need to push the muscles enough to feel like I've done something worthwhile. Otherwise, it just wouldn't have been as worth as even going in. I'm the type of guy that will work the muscles hard enough, regardless whether it's with a light weight or a heavy weight. I will still put enough into it. And this exercise, I call them, for me to put in my book, I call them the Laney Bobsters, and that's because that's where I actually learned these from, watching a lady called Laney Bobster. Or Laney Griffin is her actual name is, but she classes herself as Laney Bobster. And that's where I learned these from. These actually hit the rear heads really hard. And you can see there, I've got next to no weight on that bar whatsoever. I think to start off with 2.5 kilos each side of it. And I think I went up to 5 kilos. See, what's on there now is 5 kilos. Besides, that's only 10 kilos on the bar. Yeah. And yet I could really, really feel them with every rep. As long as I'm not trying to kick it up too far to take it out of the actual rear shoulder working and then making it into the back, doing a lot of the work. You can see the position of the hands is my palms are faced up over, not down over. Faced up over, so they get a slight bend in the elbow in order to make sure it stays on the actual shoulder joint and not so much on the tricep. And you can see the back working slightly as well, but most of that effort is going into the rear heads, and it is a fantastic exercise for bringing up the rear heads if the rear heads are lacking from doing the normal style stuff that most people do. For it, it really does hit them hard. It's a great exercise. I usually do them at least once a week, because I can see most of my exercises change from each session that I go in. So one time when I'm doing rear heads, I'll do the Laney Bobsters. The next time it might be the pec deck rear flies. The next time after that might be dumbbell raises. Anything to hit them, but each time I'll change things up. But at least once a week I'll incorporate the Laney Bobsters, because they work it so well. And it is just one of those exercises that you can't really go heavy on. You got to leave your ego at home when you come to doing them, because it's just not going to work if you try to have an ego about it. Now you can see I'm going on to the tricep push downs. I'm actually going to be supersetting these, which you'll see in a moment when I've done enough reps here. I will superset them with biceps. This is just for this exercise because I was running out of time, and I thought, right, I need to get through things a little bit quicker. It took us a while to do my shoulders because of the pain I was going through. I was trying to take it a bit easier, not rush things through. So now I'll do a superset. Let's go straight from the triceps, straight onto doing the bicep curl with the cables. And then I'll just alternate back and forwards between the two with as little rest as possible. You know, I will take a rest after doing the biceps before I'll start again with the triceps, but it's just trying to keep it to a minimum so that I can get a good burn, because again, I'm going very, very light. Yeah, and I'm still wanting to work the muscles tough enough and hard enough to make it worthwhile. Otherwise, it's just pointless being there. You know, it really is. You've got to work the muscles tough enough. You've got to try and break them down. And you can see when I'm doing it, you can see the muscles really begin to fire in. You know, and you can see that I am going the full range of motion all the way to the top to get a good stretch, and going right down, giving that good contraction. I might not fully think, but there's a lot of reps here you'll see I will fully sort of lock out enough, but there is times when I won't fully lock out in order to keep tension, constant tension on the muscle. You know, biceps wise, I very, very rarely go to a full lockout. You'll see it's just that slight kink in the arm, and it comes all the way up to the full contraction and keeps a slight kink, so it keeps the constant tension on the bicep, because I don't want to involve my elbow joint. I want to keep it all on the triceps and the biceps doing the work. And you can see there I am going very, very late, because that's literally less than half of what I can do. I think I've got something like the 40 kilos there. Now, normally I can do the stack easily with added weight on. You know, that is, for me, it is extremely light, but I am still getting a very, very hard workout, because I am making sure that I have that connection between the muscles and the mind to make sure they're working hard, to push them through the motion, to make sure I'm feeling it. Because if you don't, if you're not feeling it, if you're not thinking, if you're just going through the motions and not doing the work, you're going to get nothing out of it. You know, you really aren't. You're going to get nothing out of it if you don't push yourself enough. And you will see over a very, very short period of time how my body will respond to the fact that I'm working hard. You know, like I say, for me, as you are watching this now, I'm actually now sort of halfway through my third week. You know, I'll probably do a recording of some of my sessions maybe once every month or once every couple of months or so, to see, so you can see how my body is reacting, how it's improving. Maybe might not see a huge improvement, but you will definitely see the weight going up, or you'll see the amount of reps going up. Then I'll be upping the amount of weight after that, because that's what I aim for. As soon as I can hit on my working sets, as soon as I can hit sort of 12 to 15 repetition range, I will up the weight again to bring it back down to that 8 to 10 rep range, because that's where I want to keep it, to make sure I'm working hard enough. When I used to do my heavy workouts, it used to be between 5 and 7 reps. Sometimes if I was getting 8, then that was even better, but it was between 5 and 7 reps on my heavy weeks. My light weeks, it was like 25 repetitions. My medium weeks was like the 10 to 12 repetition range. But for now, because I'm just coming back into it, I'm not going through that 1 week light, 1 week moderate, 1 week heavy. I'm just sticking with everything being on a basis of trying to get at least 8 to 10 repetitions out. If I get above that, I'll up the weight. If I can't, I'll stick to that. But I want to make sure I can get the 5 working sets out at that weight. Then I know I'm doing well. And if I can steadily sort of increase a little bit, or get your body to metamorphosize itself and become better, then I'm doing good. Here for me finishing off exercise, the last thing I'm going to do is just 4 sets of 25 repetitions on the cross bench crunches. By the time you get to about rep 15 or so, if you're doing them right, you'll really be feeling them working hard. By the time I get to rep 20, I'm really sort of like, whoa, this is hurting like crazy. By the time I get to 25, I'm like, okay, that's it, I need to stop now, because if I don't, I'm going to cramp up. Yeah, and I'll do that 4 times, so yeah, I'm getting a good sort of 100 reps out. And that basically then, once I've done that, that is that workout done and completed. You know, and then we're going to go on after that in the next sort of video we do. I will take you through a chest and a back workout, but what you'll probably find I'll do is I won't do the full rep range of it, because I had a look at it when I first tried to do the video, and basically it was going to work out nearly 30 minutes long, and I thought there is no way on God's green earth a huge guy's going to watch me train for 30 minutes doing what I do, and me having to try and talk about it for 30 minutes. I'm quite surprised anyone's actually going to watch these, to be perfectly honest with you. But for those that have and are, I thank you so much. It is truly, truly appreciated. Yeah, and I'm hoping that you will get to see a very, very quick transformation. You know, I mean, I'm not talking about like 12 weeks. I'm talking about it's going to take probably a good few months. But I'm hoping that over those period of months, you will see the body transform. You will see me start to lose some of the belly, that some of the body fat will come off, and I will start to get into better and better shape. That's my aim. That's what we're going for, and I work out hard for that particular reason, guys. So thanks so much for watching. Please comment down below if you wish. Let me know what you think of these videos and these commentaries, and I will catch you in the next one, guys. Cheers a lot. I'm out of here.
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't. I wasn't. Why would I ever say
Okay,
that? I mean,
okay.